Scott Evans, Zuri Hall, Kit Hoover, and Mario Lopez, Access Hollywood. Star Jones and Corey Jovan, Divorce Court.
Star Jones, good for her.
Yes.
Congratulations to the nominees. We want you all to have a great day, everyone. Take a little time to enjoy the view and enjoy these days, baby. They may seem crowded and rough, but we are in this together and we're gonna get through it together. We will see you tomorrow.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
Got old metal and junk cars? Turn that clutter into cash at Daddy and Daughters. We make recycling easy, fast, and fair. From Skowhegan to Dover Foxcroft, from Troy to Lee, you can trust our certified scales and friendly service, offering top prices for junk vehicles in Maine. Whether you drop off or we pick up, Daddy and Daughters covers Central and Eastern Maine. Come see us at one of our 4 locations and watch your scrap pay off. Daddy and Daughters turn scrap into cash.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
There are strong feelings after a fatal shooting in Biddeford that involved ICE agents. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Fire consumed most of an island on Green Lake in Ellsworth yesterday, and a man is facing multiple charges after being arrested for several motor vehicle burglaries in Bangor. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Tuesday afternoon. We have heat advisories posted for the counties highlighted here until 8 o'clock coming up later on tonight as we continue to watch not only for hot temperatures, but higher feels like temperatures of around 100 degrees or so, at least until about this time frame. We also have a small craft advisory up until 6 a.m. for your Wednesday along the coast. Not only are we dealing for some active surf, but also we have some stronger thunderstorms that will soon be on the way. Fortunately, what we've had this morning is weakening as it moves from the north to the south. Set aside this little cell right there that continues to track to the south. A lot of lightning with that. Well, this is only a precursor to what's on the way coming up later on tonight. Look at this, more activity on the way with strong to severe thunderstorms that will be on the way late this afternoon, and especially as we head towards the evening time frame. So here's Futurecast as we do move forward this afternoon into the evening. Strong to severe thunderstorms on the way late afternoon into the evening time frame. Large hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes will be a concern as this all passes through. Once we get it through, things will calm down with a few more general thunderstorms on the way as we head through parts of Wednesday. And real quick, here's a severe threat that we will be watching, and we'll break this down more in your full weather forecast. Hourly forecast pushing forward. Showers and thunderstorms, some on the severe side late this afternoon. Temperatures in the 90s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Outrage is growing across the country after another person was shot and killed by an ICE agent. The incident happened here in Maine yesterday. Maine Senator Angus King's office told ABC News the victim was not the intended target of the immigration enforcement operation. ABC's Rita Roy has the latest.
We're getting a closer look at this deadly shooting in Biddeford, Maine, where a senator says an ICE agent shot and killed someone who was not the intended target. This is the second incident in the U.S. in less than a week. A home security camera captured the sound of 5 gunshots.
I was in the living room getting ready for work and I heard a pop, 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 pop.
The victim's white car is seen here after the shooting, slowly moving in a circle. An agent tries to stop the vehicle and authorities eventually stop it with their own car. First responders can be seen surrounding the man pulled out of that car who laid motionless in the street, the car's windshield covered in bullet holes.
He put him on the ground, and I heard the young man say, "I tried to stop." Clearly heard him say that.
A spokesperson for Maine Senator Angus King says the victim is 26-year-old Joan Sebastian Guerrero. Immigration advocates say the victim was from Colombia, had a social security number, was authorized to work in the U.S., and was on his way to work. Senator King says the man was not the person ICE had been looking for.
The question is, what did he do with his vehicle? Were officers threatened? Were the threats rising to the level that justified deadly force?
A spokesperson for ICE telling ABC News, quote, ICE law enforcement attempted to conduct a vehicle stop. The vehicle attempted to flee the scene, and fearing for public safety, an officer discharged his weapon. Protests erupting today outside of this ICE facility in Scarborough, Maine. This incident comes just 6 days after Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was shot and killed by ICE agents in Houston. Authorities there alleging the victim threatened agents with his vehicle, though they did not provide evidence. At least 9 people have been killed during immigration enforcement operations under Trump's second term, at least 5 of them fatally shot, including U.S. citizens Alex Preddy and Renee Good earlier this year in Minneapolis. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
According to our media partners WGME, the Maine Immigrants' Right Coalition says the 26-year-old man who died was a Colombian national who was shot in that vehicle. Sam DaCosta has more.
He was my neighbor. And his wife came running out, screaming, "Mi amor, mi amor."
Valerie Brinkman was in her kitchen this morning when she says she heard several gunshots. Then she went to her window and saw 3 armed individuals surrounding a white car.
3 people surrounding the car, screaming at whoever was in the car, "Do not get out of the car."
Brinkman lived in the same building as the driver. She says she did not know him or the family well, but saw his wife watch it happen from their building.
And she ran and she left her child in the care of the people in our building so that she could try and get to her love and the father of her child.
According to Presente Maine, the man who died in the shooting was authorized to work in the United States. They say he came to live and work in Maine and was a positive member of the community whose life was tragically cut short. In a statement, Presente said in part, quote, "To say we are heartbroken does not convey the depth of exhaustion, terror, or grief we are feeling. We will not let this death be reduced to a footnote in this administration's enforcement statistics. There is no freedom until everyone is free."
Maine Attorney General Aaron Frey says his office is investigating the fatal shooting in Biddeford, and they will remain on the scene with authorities. There have been posts on social media of the subject's name, but the male subject is not being officially named until family members are notified. The Attorney General's office confirmed the ICE officer has been placed on leave, as is standard protocol in police-involved shootings. Frey's office also says they encourage the public to contact their local law enforcement agency with any potentially helpful information regarding the shooting. In his statement, he said, quote, "We understand individuals may want to gather and make their voices heard. We ask that people remain peaceful, be respectful of others, and follow the directions of local law enforcement officers who will be maintaining public order. We also understand this is a matter of significant public interest, and while we will strive for meaningful transparency and accountability, our primary focus in this moment is on the complete, thorough investigation," end quote. Governor Janet Mills issued a statement yesterday in response to the fatal shooting involving ICE agents. She said, quote, "I have been briefed on the fatal shooting in Biddeford this morning involving federal law enforcement. I know that situations like these are alarming and frightening. The Maine State Police are at the scene supporting and working cooperatively with the Attorney General's office, Maine's Office of Chief Medical Examiner, and federal officials to determine the facts of what occurred this morning," end quote. After hearing CNN's reporting that a man who was shot was not the target of the warrant, she then posted on X saying, quote, "This development makes this tragedy even more disturbing and infuriating. It underscores the reckless, haphazard manner in which immigration enforcement operations are being conducted in Maine and across the country. This has to end. A rally was held in Biddeford following the deadly shooting. The crowd of protesters was joined by Congresswoman Shelley Pingree, who says while there are still many unknowns, she believes federal immigration enforcement officers should not be using deadly force against anyone, regardless of their immigration status or circumstances surrounding the targeted enforcement activity.
There is a significant ICE presence, and this is what it leads to. And, you know, I've been trying to cut the amount of funding that they receive, put more conditions on the funding that they do get, and most of us feel it's time to just dismantle this agency that doesn't operate legally.
In other news, crews were called to a fast-moving fire on an island in the northeast corner of Green Lake yesterday afternoon. Crew spokesperson Amy Kenny says they were dispatched just before noon and there was extra urgency because of known temporary campsites on the island. Kenny says due to the remote access, Ellsworth officials called in mutual aid partners to secure a rescue boat from the Lemoyne Fire Department. She says because of the strong winds, the fire consumed nearly half of the island before suppression efforts got underway. Firefighters used the rescue boat to get manpower and equipment to the island. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. The Somerset County Sheriff's Office is investigating a crash that killed a man on a motorcycle yesterday. The Sheriff's Office says a man was heading northbound on Bridge Street and Norridge Walk on a motorcycle and traveling through the intersection of the River Road when a Jeep Liberty driving westbound on the River Road failed to yield when pulling onto Bridge Street. The Sheriff's Office says the Liberty struck the motorcycle, destroying it and causing the operator to be ejected onto the roadway. That motorcycle operator was identified as Joshua Poincier of Norridge Walk. He suffered serious and ultimately fatal injuries. He was not wearing a helmet. The operator of the Liberty was identified as Sarah Dakin, also of Norridge Walk. She suffered minor injuries as a result of the crash. The Sheriff's Office says the driver, inattention and failure to yield are believed to be the primary causes of the crash. Criminal charges could be pending after review. A man is facing multiple charges after being arrested for several motor vehicle burglaries in Bangor over the weekend. A little after 11 a.m. on Sunday, an officer responded to Norway Road for a reported car burglary. Bangor police spokesperson Katie England says as a result of the investigation, the officer was able to identify 36-year-old Kevin Poulin as the alleged suspect and determined Poulin was allegedly involved in 7 other car burglaries on Carver and Buck Streets. The officer was able to recover several bank cards and cash from multiple victims who reported their vehicles had been broken into. Poulin is charged with 8 counts of burglary to motor vehicle and 8 counts of theft by unauthorized taking. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the Democrats and Republicans are trying to get control of power in Washington. We'll be right back.
You know what today is? It's Tuesday. Just reminding you that whatever day of the week you get hurt, we're your go-to lawyers. If you've been hurt, call us right now.
Hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222. Listen.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
Visit your Maine Chevy dealers.
Imagine stepping onto your brand new deck, enjoying all the benefits of your expanded outdoor living space. Hammond Lumber Company can help turn that vision into reality. Visit any of Hammond's expansive showrooms and explore a world of possibilities. The timeless beauty of wood, the resilience of composite or affordable durable PVC. Railing options from traditional wood to sleek aluminum and contemporary cable railing. On-site consultation and delivery are available. Get started on your new deck when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Cancer affects everyone, but there is hope at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center's Champion the Cure Challenge, where every dollar raised helps patients in our own backyard. Make a difference. Walk, run, or cycle August 15th in Brewer. Visit ctcchallenge.org.
The fun never stops at Wheel.
You got it! It's a car! And the crowd goes wild. A truly historic bonus round on Wheel of Fortune. Somebody could win $500,000. Where are you going? to pass out.
Exciting giveaways ahead, like fabulous vacations, and let's manifest another $1 million winner.
You're a millionaire.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Last season on Jeopardy!
How is anybody ever going to beat this guy?
A shocking end to a streak for the ages.
I did not expect to win.
Now the stage is set. Who will step in and light it up? New players.
It is very fun.
Bigger stakes.
I'm excited already.
And a chance to shine.
What a great competition.
The all-new season of Jeopardy!
Yes, finally.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Democrats and Republicans are both trying to pick replacement candidates in 2 key Senate races, and it could decide the balance of power on Capitol Hill next year. Correspondent Alex Hogan has more from Washington.
Across the country and around the world, lawmakers and world leaders are celebrating the life of the late Senator Lindsey Graham. But even as bipartisan tributes continue, the race for his Senate seat is already underway. President Trump is reportedly leaning toward endorsing South Carolina Congressman Russell Fry, but others are already indicating that they're ready to run.
I'm considering it, and it'll be out this week.
You talked to the president about that decision?
I did. Asked for his endorsement.
What did he say?
Well, he said he's going to need some time. It's too early, and so we'll see.
And a growing number of South Carolina officials say they're looking for a candidate who will fit the late senator's mold, loyal to President Trump, but with independent views.
He was able to work with people that were oftentimes very difficult and had very different views about the world and about policy than he did.
Meanwhile, Democrats in Maine are scrambling to find a replacement after their Senate hopeful, Graham Plattner, dropped out of the race. A statewide convention is being planned, and candidates say the focus should be on debates.
Most Maine voters may not get a say in this nomination, but they should get to see every single candidate in action.
But the party's progressive leaders are hoping to avoid a drawn-out process that could weaken the nominee.
I think we just need to focus on finding the strongest candidate possible to help us take back the Senate in November.
The Maine convention is planned for July 25th, 2 days before the deadline to pick a nominee. In Washington, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
President Trump may have sued the IRS over his leaked tax returns illegally, according to a new district court judge ruling. U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams accused Trump and his lawyers on Monday of manipulating the court system when he sued the Internal Revenue Service while serving as the commander-in-chief. President Trump filed a $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS and the Treasury Department in January. It accused the agencies of failing to prevent a leak of Trump's tax information to news outlets between 2018 and 2020. However, Williams argued the suit bypassed a requirement that parties within a lawsuit must have adverse interests. The suit, which was settled in May, granted the president immunity from tax audits and established a nearly $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund to compensate Trump allies who believe they have been unjustly investigated and prosecuted. The judge stopped short of explicitly voiding the deal, but said the government cannot claim in official proceedings that the agreement resulted from a legitimate legal process. While the practical impacts may be limited, the suit was voluntarily dismissed and the anti-weaponization fund has since been abandoned. The ruling does come on the heels of Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche's confirmation hearing on Wednesday. Lebanon and Israel are resuming talks in Rome as they work toward a U.S. brokered agreement into its final stages. A framework agreement produced last month in Washington has been stalled following deadly Israeli strikes. Israel says it will remain in southern Lebanon as long as the Iranian-backed militant group Hezbollah stays armed. The two nations are working in Rome on how to implement the deal. Iran is also demanding the wars in Lebanon end, in part of a separate interim deal with the U.S. It called for the war to cease. That deal has also been shaken following tit-for-tat strikes between Washington and Tehran. Ukrainian President Zelensky is in Paris for pomp-filled Bastille Day celebrations. He was among roughly 30 European leaders hosted by French President Emmanuel Macron. Troops and warplanes from across the continent also joined the celebrations. This year's festivities looked a bit different, with Ukraine in the spotlight, as celebrations were used to showcase support for the country amid its war with Russia. France also said 500 pro-Ukraine troops were a symbol of Europe's strategic awakening. The anniversary marks the storming of Bastille's fortress in Paris during the French Revolution on July 14, 1789. After the break, the Red Cross says there's an emergency blood shortage. We've got details when we return.
A car accident can happen at any time, and it can completely disrupt your life. You're dealing with expensive medical bills, lost earnings, pain and suffering. It may feel like the sky is falling. That's when you call the twos. You don't have to deal with it alone. I've helped thousands of people and recovered millions of dollars from my clients. Hurt in a car accident, I'm on top of it. I'm your go-to guy.
Call 222-2222.
From the heart of Maine, where rugged beauty meets timeless craftsmanship, Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, taming the outdoors through groundwork, retaining walls and seawalls, building custom fireplaces that become the centerpiece of your home, crafting granite steps and patios that invite you outdoors, designing hardscapes that turn yards into living spaces, built to last, crafted for life. Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, quality in every stone.
This spring, invest in your nest with the County Federal Credit Union. Your home has grown in value, season after season. With the county's 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, you can borrow up to your credit limit over 10 years, with interest-only payments over those 10 years, 10-10. And then you can stop and smell the roses, soak up the sun, and invest in your nest. The 1010 Home Equity Line of Credit, the County Federal Credit Union, countyfcu.org.
Did you ever hear the expression, house guests and fish start to smell after 3 days?
Welcomed by her brother's girlfriend.
She invited you as a guest. Then things got dicey after 3 months. Why did you move in with her? Her suggestion.
Getting them to go was the hard part.
Do you want to tell me what the plaintiff said to you when you told her you wanted her to leave?
She told me that I'd be lucky to have them out by Christmas.
Next, Judge Judy.
Tuesday at 5 on ABC 7.
At the Challenger Learning Center of Maine, our mission to inspire Maine students has never been stronger. Our newly renovated facility is open and ready to launch. We have upgraded simulator rooms, refreshed learning spaces, and new hands-on STEM experiences. Check out our exciting upcoming events for students, educators, and families. There's always something happening at Challenger. Ready for liftoff? Explore what's new and what's next at the Challenger Learning Center of Maine. Visit astronaut.org for details.
Your teen just got a concussion. Should you take their phone away? New research says the answer may surprise you. ABC's Melissa Adon has more.
A concussion is a type of mild brain injury that can briefly cause headaches, vision changes, forgetfulness, and sleep disturbances. Current recommendations advise no screen time in the first 48 hours after a concussion to avoid eye strain, interference with sleep, overworking the brain, and worsening symptoms. But new research is challenging that guidance. In a report from the British Journal of Sports Medicine, teens with a new concussion who had around 2.5 hours of daily screen time recovered 35% faster than those with more or less screen time. Researchers suggest that moderate screen time use keeps young people socially connected and mentally engaged, which may support recovery without worsening symptoms. Still, this is only one study, and the results should be taken with a grain of salt. Parents and caregivers should always speak with the doctor about how to best manage a concussion in your child first. With this Medical Minute, I'm Melissa Adon.
The American Red Cross is facing an emergency blood shortage, and they're looking to the public for help. Since the end of May, the Red Cross has seen a steep decline in blood donations, which has created an increasing gap between the blood supply and the needs of patients. All blood types are needed, but carriers of type O positive and type B negative are heavily encouraged to donate. Dan Dowling, Regional Communications Manager of Red Cross Northern New England, says they typically see a decrease in donations during the summer months, and the needs to get out the word is even more critical.
people don't understand sometimes that you can't stockpile blood. Blood donation can only last for about 6 weeks. So it's important that we have the blood coming in now to get us not only through the summer, but right into the early fall.
You can make an appointment to donate blood at redcross.org. When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Bogies offers a different kind of night out in Bangor, blending a full restaurant with sports simulators, axe throwing, and live music. We have something for everyone. Bogies, a new way to play.
Take a step back in time with the Bangor Historical Society. Located in the heart of Bangor, the Society brings local history to life through fascinating exhibits, historic collections, and guided tours for all ages. Explore artifacts, photographs, and stories that help shape our community, and a special viewing of a copy of the Declaration of Independence celebrating America at 250. Whether you're a history lover or just looking for something unique to experience, there's always something new to discover. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 to 4.
Did you know Susan Collins was the deciding vote for Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade? And she voted to put more than 100 Trump judges on the bench. Because of Susan Collins, states are banning abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. And women are dying. And she's still standing by it.
I do not regret that vote.
Tell Susan Collins, stop voting for Trump's anti-choice judges.
Your internet experience feels different, ultra reliable, lightning fast. With Fidium 100% fiber, everything you do online works exactly like it should.
Night, bud. Zach, go to bed.
So is cable internet still slowing you down? Enough already. Fiber up to Fidium. Get a 2 gig plan for only $65 a month at FidiumFiber.com.
Bogies offers a different kind of night out in Bangor, blending a full restaurant with sports simulators, axe throwing, and live music. We have something for everyone. Bogies, a new way to play.
Let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, Susan, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Alrighty, let's talk about the advisories. We have a heat advisory that is up until 8 p.m. as we head towards tonight. We're watching for not only hot temperatures, but higher feels-like temperatures that will reach up to about 100 degrees, if not a little bit higher, until about this time frame. We also have a small crab advisory up until 6 a.m. as we head towards your Wednesday. Along the coast, here's where we're at right now at the wayfinds. 3 feet right there, but further off towards the north and east, just a little bit higher. We'll see this get stirred up just a little bit more moving forward. Right now, the radar and satellite getting a little bit active right now. Look at this. We do have showers and storms tracking from north to south, and some cells definitely showing up as we are definitely seeing a lot of lighting with those now, with more activity tracking from northwest to southeast, as we are going to be seeing more showers and storms moving in, with some of those turning strong to severe as we head towards the afternoon period, late afternoon into the evening. Here we are right now as we head towards around 9 o'clock or so, if not a few hours earlier, for these strong to severe thunderstorms to move through. Again, large hail, damaging winds, isolated tornadoes will be the primary threat. As we head overnight, this will get out of here. Things will calm down as we head towards Wednesday, primarily afternoon. A few more scattered showers and thunderstorms will be developing. Those will back off Wednesday night and we'll be done. Here's a severe threat for today. The worst of it will be to the north with an enhanced risk, a little bit lower to the south, but everybody will need to watch for large hail and damaging winds. And yes, isolated tornadoes will be a possibility as well. So for today, here's what we got. hot, mostly cloudy. A few thunderstorms possible. They could get strong. Low 90s for the high. Southwest wind at about 25 miles per hour. Overnight, scattered strong to severe thunderstorms, large hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes possible. Lows in the upper 60s and a northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy, scattered thunderstorms, highs in the mid-80s and a northwest wind at about 35 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast for your Thursday. More showers and thunderstorms, highs in the mid-80s. And then for your Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s, and then low 80s for your Saturday under a partly cloudy sky.
Thank you, Devin. If you feel the urge to travel, you can visit our solar system without ever leaving Maine. The University of Maine at Presque Isle developed a 3D model of the solar system along U.S. Route 1 in Aroostook County between 2000 and 2003. It was a way for people to enjoy space from the comfort of their vehicles. This model is more than 40 miles long and includes Earth as well as Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The sun is located at Folsom Hall on the University of Maine Presque Isle campus. Those wishing to see Pluto will find it inside the Holton Information Center. This Maine solar system model is the largest 3D scale model in the Western Hemisphere and the second largest such model in the world. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
It's America's 250th birthday. The Maine Semi-Quincentennial Commission invites you to connect Maine's stories to America's legacy, sharing Maine's contributions to the nation's story, and exploring Maine's role in America's future. From potlucks to parades and more, you'll find a full list of many exciting America 250 events on our page on the maine.gov/SOS website. Happy birthday, America! Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Office of the Secretary of State of Maine.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.